It is February, ladies and gentlemen. And you know what that means? I'll be talking about must watches and must reads. Meaning, I'll be talking about anything that's romantic related. Harems, love triangles, drama, tragedies. As long as got romance in it, I will talk about it. But main focus has to be romance. Now, also, I'll be reviewing and talking about stuff I've already read and I've already watched. So therefore, I can't watch anything anyone recommends or read anything anyone recommends. It has to be something that I already have seen or read, so I can talk about it. Because it will take way too long for me to talk about anything new. So, without me having a full opinion on it. So that being said, those are the rules. I can only talk about things I've already seen and read. That is it. Now, further ado, let's talk about the mangas. I haven't done a must read in a while. And this one's very kooky and etchy. It's called Gender Swap at the Delinquent Academy. Now, this one, it ended years ago, many years ago, but believe it or not, someone fully translated all the chapters like last year. Yes, exactly. It took so long. You won't believe how it was back in the day when manga had all so many different pirated manga apps. There were tons of manga out there, but most of them were never finished because not a lot of translators are doing it. However, if you were Portuguese, Hispanic, French, German, Russian, all the chapters were already done. That's right. If you were any other language but the English language, every other chapter was done. All of them. You won't believe how frustrating that is, seeing every manga be done before your eyes, but the English translators will just drag their feet trying to finishing it, and they'll ask you for donations, while the others don't ask for donations, they just finish it up like a blink of an eye, but it takes the American ones forever to do anything. Like, what the... But anyways, off topic. Is this one is about a guy who goes to a delinquent academy, and there's these two, well, not want to say rivals, but there's one guy who's extremely tough. He's the toughest in the entire school, very manly kind of guy. And then there's another dude who wants to break out to being a tough guy, and he saw this toughest dude as his rival. But the toughest dude never saw him as a rival, just another annoyance that he has to deal with. So one day he ordered a drink that he believed was supposed to make him stronger. He drank the beverage, and the next morning he turned into a she. That's right, he turned into a she, and he was kind of embarrassed about it. But he still wanted to fight his rival no matter what. But turns out the toughest dude has fallen in love with her. That's right, his entire manga is about a dude who wanted to beat the strongest guy at his academy, but ends up becoming a girl, and he wins beating him over, but not the way he expects it. So the dude immediately falls in love with this chick, with this guy he saw as annoyance, and to the point where they're knocking the boots. That's right. Almost every chapter, I mean it, that this dude's knocking the boots with this guy somehow, some way. And it's just like, this is not where you plan to go. But as time goes on, the guy who also turns into a girl starts to gain feelings for the dude as well. And as you wonder, are the secret will be revealed? Of course, towards the end. That's how these things work. No brainer. It's pretty funny, interesting, in a depiction of the difference between a rivalry and romance can be the two sides of the same coin sometimes, and how will this guy's life be better as he went back to a dude, or he would stay a chick. And that's pretty much the entire premise of the story. Now, this was probably one of the first gender swap stories I've ever read, besides Ramen One Half and stuff, but without the guy knowing that it was actually a dude the entire time, but turned into a girl. And the romance was very serious to the point where the toughest guy had plans to marry her and take a job and stuff and have his term shotgun wedding. Shotgun wedding. That's what he wanted. And as time goes on, turns out this dude could become the ideal delinquent girlfriend slash wife. Think about it. He's already a delinquent himself. He's a guy, so he already knows what guys want and like. So he becomes that. It turns to a chick, and now it's like he won't be the needy, girly chick that. And because guys like girls too, we all know that. But sometimes girls can be a nuisance, annoying for some guys. So they don't like that. Like, oh, I gotta do all this girly stuff. But what if there was a chick who was a tomboy out there, but looked girly, but was a tomboy? Because most chicks who are tomboys, a lot of times try to look too much like a guy, and it just turns a turn off for some people. But what if the full out girly, but acts like a tomboy at the end of the day? The ideal girlfriend for a lot of delinquents. So this dude falls for her hard and stuff, does everything he can, and he learns more about being more open hearted to people as well. And before then, he was kind of a closed minded dude. He was a lone wolf. But as time goes on, he starts realizing he can make mistakes. He can be a bit too mean. And he tries to become a better person as time goes on. And of course, things happen. Others get between the relationship. We learn more about this drink and what is his sole purpose. And it spirals out of control as the story goes on, but the story always stays true to itself. It's a trial between the two. Not just the guy that becomes a girl, but also the dude himself learning more about how to become also a better boyfriend. Because he had girlfriends before, but he wasn't very good to them. But now he's learning that, yeah, he's got to do better. And as for the guy who's trying to kill a girl, he's learning that more to his so-called rival's side that he didn't realize. And also, I like how his dad is totally okay with his son becoming a daughter one day. Like, he's totally okay with it and stuff. Like, well, as long as you are okay with who you are, that's all that matters. Like, cool dad. He's still the guy who just reads the newspaper, drinks the coffee, and smokes the cigarettes, and just doesn't care what happens. Like, as long as I have my basic necessities, I'm okay in the world. All right, all right. But yeah, altogether, this is a very cookie one that I've read years ago, and I'm surprised I've never talked about it. Well, I guess because I was able to finish it literally last year because someone finally translated all the chapters. But I find on a manga site I never used before, and now I have to use that manga site now because there's a lot, and I do mean a lot, of manga and webtoons that I have read but never could continue because I couldn't find the remaining of the other chapters. So here we are. So I got a whole bunch of manga and webtoons I have to read from the past because I couldn't find them anywhere else but this site. Oh man, I'm glad I have it. But I just wish I had it a long time ago. That's all I'm saying. But hey, it's here now, so I should be grateful. So with that being said, I hope you guys give the ones a chance. It's a good laugh. Very lewd and romantic and stuff. All that stuff guys like. So there you go. So if you enjoyed the video, like, comment, subscribe, and of course, hit that bell icon. This has the macro. I'm Anime. Signing out.